Hello everyone, good day. Welcome to this live chat. My name is Khalil. I am a communication associate with Gaia Africa. Today we will be having a conversation with Nirere, who is the founder of End Plastic Pollution in Uganda. We will be focusing our conversation around mainstreaming organic waste management. Thank you very much. You can tell us where you are coming from. We will be having the conversation shortly. We will have Nirere to a summary or background about the project mainstreaming organic waste management across 11 countries in Africa. Methane emissions from organic waste is a significant problem across Africa, and methane emissions from 11 growing countries, including the Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, Rwanda, Senegal, Zimbabwe, Uganda, and Morocco, amounts to about 1.9 billion tons a year. If zero waste, which includes source separation and organic diversion, was to be scaled up across the entire waste sector in all of these 11 countries, methane emissions will drop by 84%. Although in 2009, estimate of methane emissions from many African countries are relatively small compared to behemoths like the US or the China. Rapid urbanizations, population growth, and increasing waste streams are putting Africa on the path of dramatically rising methane emissions in the future. So this is where the project comes in. So the objective of the project is to promote achieving a 70% reduction in methane emissions by 2030, in line with the strategy outlined in the CCAC Coalition 2030 strategy. So this project is being implemented across 11 countries in Africa, as I mentioned earlier, and Uganda is one of the countries. So we will be having Nirere so that we can have a conversation with him shortly. I'm trying to accept him, but yeah, so I think Nirere is in. So thank you very much for joining us. Trying to accept him, but yeah, so I think Nirere is in. So thank you very much for joining us. Trying to accept him, but yeah, good afternoon. Nirere is in. Good afternoon, Nirere. Okay, so let me continue. So if he is trying to settle his network, and then we can continue the conversation. So the project is being implemented in 11 African countries, as I mentioned. With Uganda, organic waste specifically presents a challenge for Uganda, particularly in urban areas like Kampala, where the population growth and urbanization have resulted in waste generation. So over 90% of the municipal solid waste in Kampala is organic. So while this waste can be a source of methane emission when not managed properly, it also represents a valuable resource for agriculture and other industry. So as part of the mainstreaming organic waste management across 11 African countries, implemented by members of the Global Alliance for Incinerator Alternatives (GAIA) in Africa, and funded by the Climate and Clean Air Coalition, Gaia Africa member in Uganda End Pollution is working to enhance capacity for methane mitigation through source separation and organic waste diversion in Uganda. So basically, that is what the conversation will be about today. We're still trying to have Nirere join us. It appears he's having a problem with his network, so we will wait for him to join. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Nirere. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too. Am I audible enough?
Yes, please. Yes, please. You are audible enough. So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Appreciate hosting me on this one. Thank you
yeah.
very much, Khalil and the team at Gaia Africa. We appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you very much too. You are most welcome. So, just by the way of introduction, could you introduce yourself, your organization, what you do, basically? Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is Nirere Sadrach. I am from End Plastic Pollution, Uganda. End Plastic Pollution's mission is to push action around achieving a world free from waste. So most of our work is centered around promoting issues concerning waste management. So we are focusing around issues that are our focus areas are three core elements that are involving people, the environment, and issues that are tackling the economy, because as an organization, we are mandated to be a development agent in one way or the other. So most of our focus also looks at empowering people to see how they can harness the opportunities of the waste sector to empower themselves economically. Thank you very much for hosting us today. I really do appreciate this invitation. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us such a brief introduction about you and your organization. So, I would like to know how has been part of Gaia impacted your organization? What benefit have you gained from this partnership?
Um, First of all, we do take ourselves a brainchild of Gaia. We are more or less born by Gaia because right from our start, our whole strategy and structuring and implementation has been aligned with Gaia's work. We thought it that way because right from the beginning, right from the start, we have been members of Gaia when the organization started itself. So we managed to see that our strategy, short term and long term, achieves the movement's aims, but also grows around aligning its implementation and activities and strategies around Gaia's global strategy. Um, Being part of Gaia is something very important to us that we have managed to achieve a lot of tangible impact, and we are adding value to communities, and we are helping people on ground to see that they can do the harnessing of the opportunities brought by within the waste sector. So together with Gaia, we have invested into establishing physical spaces like the
Mm,
Collect Village,
yeah.
which is a learning center for zero waste and a training space for zero waste, converging space for waste pickers, meeting space for community, learning place for community, students, universities, and all other people that would love to understand the concept of zero waste. So implementing zero waste in particular has been also one of our biggest benefit from our partnership with Gaia, and also the learning, the knowledge that we are getting to meet people, like-minded people, mentors that have shaped the way we are doing our work. It has been really been very helpful that we have designed within Gaia's strategy to
Mm.
see that we deliver end plastic pollution is work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is quite a beneficial partnership because I mean, as with every partnership, there has to be a beneficial like sort of impact around it. And I think so far Gaia and plastic pollution now have been able to establish that. So now let's focus on the project mainstreaming organic waste management across 11 African countries. Why did your organization decided to be part of this project?
It, it's an interesting one because many people would be asking themselves, why would a plastic
Yeah,
branded
plastic
organization be in
organic. Yeah,
organic? How would they find
yeah.
themselves in organic waste.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, our mission is a waste-free world.
Okay.
So if there is action, if there is opportunity for us to build around achieving that, then that's our focus. So in the docket of waste in general, you cannot ignore the amount of organic waste that is generated. And mind you, our communities most of the time have this are practicing poor waste management, where we are finding a lot of mixed waste. So if you're going to address the plastic pollution problem, then definitely you're going to sort it out of a mixture of different kinds of waste, and organic waste is among them. So it's also important that you do not leave it aside, you address it also. But also, through our work, we have got to discover that organic waste in particular in Uganda amounts to over 50 to 60% of total collections. I believe this may not be the picture in other places, but in Uganda it is today. Many homes, many businesses in cities, in towns, in urban areas and semi-urban areas, and where we are actually operating in the community of Masulita. It's a peri-urban space, and we have realized that the small market they have is generating a lot of organic waste that it may not be that impactful if you do not address the issue of organic.
Yeah.
So it was very important that we were invited to the project, and it was very important that we honored the invite and joined to see that we be part of the journey to increase the profile of organic waste, because many people have ignored its potential because they may not know what, if you explore the sector, what you could benefit, what you can unlock, the opportunities for the communities where the waste is generated in particular. So in that broad, it's why we really wanted to be.
Why you joined part of the program. Yeah, I mean that's quite interesting, because I think some few months ago I was in Uganda, and then I saw similar challenges you mentioned, because I mean it's like a country like there is a lot of food and everything, so like there is a lot of organic waste, and I had the chance to be at some of the markets, at some of the hotels, and like I was able to see that. So just to touch on that, what or what will you say are some of the challenges with regards to organic waste management in Uganda?
Like you said, management. Previously, I mentioned of the issue of having a huge amounts collected, waste is mixed up. It becomes a huge challenge. Recently, at one of the Gaia conferences, I met a gentleman called Shibu, and Shibu has a very simple way of putting this issue, is that simply don't mix up. That's zero waste. So one of the biggest challenges that we find a lot of mixed waste. So the segregation at source is not there. So you find that actually also when there's no segregation at source, that means that the collection itself, the entire amount is going to be mixed up. So you find that poses a challenge. Number one, it creates a picture that this is destined for dumping, because now you see you have this, you have that, you can't actually get what you want. So actually this is destined for dumping. So it keeps the dumping culture within our society, because we put everything together. We do not separate to see that we can accrue the value out of it. So it's one of the biggest challenges the organic waste sector is facing. But also in terms of policy, Uganda is trying to design together CCAC with the NEMA and the ministry and other partners, with us, the local NGOs. We are coming in. CCAC is doing a good job to see that it can guide and shape, to see that the country comes up with a national strategy to manage organic waste. Now, this strategy, the aim is to see that there is proper and there is increase of that profile of organic waste in particular, so that people get the interest in recovering this material. Two, it's trying to see that it can guide the laws and regulations and the other policies at all local government level, national level, and the Environment Act, to see that they can embed the issue of organic waste, but also to see that they can strengthen the system which is already managing our waste today, to see that they consider addressing organic waste as a separate issue from all other kinds of waste. Because when you say we are managing waste in the city and you have not categorized how you are managing each of these kinds of waste, that also accrues to a very big problem. So there are a lot of challenges. However, they are trying to see that there are some engineering of solutions coming up. Another challenge is that the zero waste concept is simple, like I say, but people don't get it right at the word go you get. So we need to also keep investing in intensifying the awareness of this simple concept of zero waste, the simple practice of segregation of your waste, wherever you are. These simple actions can really actually address a lot of these big challenges. So it's too much of the challenges we may talk that long, but I noted those three to be one of the major issues.
The key challenges. Yes. Yeah. So I'm very happy you mentioned the issue of policy, trying to work with the government to have like a working document with regards to management of organic waste, because I think it's very important. Even though there is an investment in the areas of educating the people, at the policy aspect also, there needs to be more like a step ahead to be able to complement the two. So we are drawing nearer towards the end of this conversation. So I would like to ask, what are your hopes for organic waste management in Uganda through this project? By the end of this project, what do you hope you'll be able to achieve?
Number one, the bigger goal is to see that there is no waste in our communities. There is a waste-free society. That's the major goal, and it's a long-term goal. We know that it will take us years or steps for us to reach there, but we know that we can achieve that, piloting small communities like what we are doing around the community that is around our material recovery facility. So for us, we do believe that, number one, we hope that government endorses the concept of zero waste. That's number one, because for it to best address the sector, we have to see that they can endorse the concept of zero waste, so that they can build on it to have their policies and strategies, borrow ideas and actions from the zero waste concept. Like segregation at source, this should be a policy that is gazetted and is promoted by government itself, so that people can practice it. Then their collections, their municipal waste management facilities and all that can be able to collect segregated waste. So before you do this, you have to make sure that we empower, we educate. So we do hope that people will become also aware of the problem. That's also number one, because the project would love to also achieve the awareness and the community understanding and the part of it. But not only on waste, but issues relating to the major issues like climate, the degradation, going deep into it, particularly in issues of agriculture, issues of our water sources and all this. So we would love to see that all these related issues are also aligned and achieved together. So we do hope also that organic waste will also be something recognized also. Waste pickers can play part in recovery of organic waste. There can be a fully functional sector, an organic waste management sector, which is fully functional. So this is our hope, that we believe that this is achievable. The small steps that we can take can lead us to a pathway to achieve all this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nirere. So to just summarize everything you mentioned with regards to your hope, you mentioned you hope the government will endorse the concept of zero waste. We should have more people aware of the concept of zero waste, especially with the separation. And then also we should have like an industry where we will have waste pickers playing active role in organic waste recovery. So I think these are very important and they are interlinked. So at one point, if you have the waste pickers doing the job and there is no endorsement from the government, it's a problem. And if you have, and if you have the government also doing the right thing and the people are not doing the right thing, it's a problem. If you have the industry and it's not thriving, it's a problem. So I think these are important issues and they are all interlinked. So in summarizing the conversation, what are your last words?
Oh, my last words.
Yeah.
First of all, I would love to appreciate Gaia for the opportunity for us to be part of this project. But also I thank CCAC for letting us also be part of this project. My last words to the audience and people that will view this later is that these concepts or these solutions that we are presenting or that we are fronting and championing for them to be implemented in our communities are real solutions, and they are achievable solutions. There is a narrative that there's some rocket science around the work of maybe organizations, what they do. Environmentalists talk a lot of science. No, simply if you don't mix up your waste, then you're achieving zero waste. So we need to have this simple. We need to have. We need to see that we can understand these things. That's the best way we can achieve the goals and the objectives of implementing these projects. So I pray that together, wherever you are, wherever people are, wherever if government officials get to watch this, they can act very fast, because mind you, we are in a waste crisis globally, so there's no time to wait. So it's high time that we take urgent action to address the waste crisis, and also in particular the organic waste crisis. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nirere, for that closing remarks. Very important. I mean, there needs to be a change of mindset, and there needs to be government intervention. There needs to be an industry, and that's why Gaia Africa and CCAC continue to implement this project in 11 African countries, whose organic waste amount to around 1.9 million tons a year. Thank you very much for joining me, and thank you to everyone who joined us. My name is Khalil, and I have been with Nirere from End Plastic Pollution Now. Thank you very much, and I will see you again next time. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.